now, cancel culture claims another victim. The editor of Teen Vogue, the New York Post editorial board, writing, "Cancel culture just proved itself more powerful than the devil in Prada herself, Anna Wintour. Years-old tweets you made as a foolish, ignorant teen and later profusely apologized for mean you can't be trusted as editor of Teen Vogue." Alexi McCammond out of a job after an uproar over tweets from more than a decade ago. Carly Shimkus joins us now. Anna Wintour, she used to be called the devil wears Prada. Now she seems so powerless. She's like the devil wears kid gloves.
Oh, yes, that's true. And you know what, Dana, this is the part of cancel culture that is really bad. And there have been so many examples and stories along these lines that you could sort of put them into groups where you have the sort of silly political correctness on steroids types like the Mr. Potato Head and the Paw Patrol. You kind of just roll your eyes at that. And then you have the American history type of cancel culture where there is this intense desire to knock down statues and Mount Rushmore is bad and so is Abraham Lincoln. And then you have the Teen Vogue editors of the world. And this is really the most unfortunate and cruel kind, because something that you say 10 years ago when you are 17 years old in college means that you don't deserve a job today. And stuff like this happens all the time. And it happens to people who are not famous and do not have a platform and have no power to fight back.
Well, it's happening across the board, too. Alexi McCammond wrote this on Twitter. She said, "Today I was reminded of some past insensitive tweets. I am deeply sorry to anyone I have offended. I have since deleted those tweets, and they do not reflect my views or who I am today." But then this tweet. "My past tweets have overshadowed the work I've done to highlight the people and issues that I care about, issues that Teen Vogue has worked tirelessly to share with the world. And so Condé Nast and I have decided to part ways." And she'd only been there a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, I actually don't even know if she started officially. And you know, if you are the editor of Teen Vogue, if you get hired for that job, you are not sitting in the basket of deplorables. You are not a Trump supporter. So this woman shares the same political views as the people who called for her to be fired. And she probably feels awful right now. She's been labeled a racist when she is not. Teen Vogue said that they knew about these tweets when they hired her, but she apologized for them back in 2019. She apologized for them again. And they say that they were confident that she learned from her mistakes. She also just lost her dream job. So what good does ruining somebody's life in this way do? And I think that if you are calling for somebody to get fired for something that they said 10 years ago, it's not in the name of progress or racial equity. It's really a self-serving situation where you want to feel like you have the moral authority over someone else. I think that's really what
the New York Post wrote that in this world the left has created, there is no path to forgiveness. There is no redemption. There is only smug dismissal. Childhood idiocy makes you a pariah for life. So I've been on this book tour, Carly, and I've taken some questions from readers that call in. And so I've had many questions from parents saying, "Do you have any advice for what I should tell my daughter in order to deal with this woke cancel culture?"
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't feel like I have a lot of advice. I do say that you know, taking a step back from Twitter or social media will not hurt your career, but young people are going to want to be on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I start to think about having kids, it's certainly something that I've thought about, that I worry about for my future children, because I think this is something that's only going to get worse. Last year, there was a dean of a nursing school in Massachusetts, and she sent out a letter to her students, and she said the phrase, she said, "Black lives matter, but everyone's life matters as well," because she is the dean of a nursing school, and her job is to teach students to save everybody's life, regardless of skin tone. Didn't matter. She got fired. And then there's that situation in Smith College where a janitor, went into a cafeteria because somebody that was eating there shouldn't have been there. It was a closed cafeteria. He was accused of racism. And then there was an investigation. It turns out that it had nothing to do with racism, and he was just following protocol. There was a Washington Post column that was written and published this week, and the columnist was making the argument against cancel culture, saying that this situation is overblown. Well, it's certainly not overblown for Alexi McCammond, that dean of the nursing school, or that janitor. Though, and these situations repeatedly happen. They're happening more and more often, and they are ruining people's lives.
We could keep going because there's so many examples. I'm thinking of Kevin Williamson at The Atlantic. And if somebody like Anna Wintour doesn't have control over her newsroom, That's a problem.
Yeah.
Charlie,
Yeah.
thank you.